Hi, my name is Danielle Robinson. I'm the owner of Danielle K. Robinson, CPA, LLC. I'm a CPA, a certified public accountant, and also a certified tax coach. My mission is really to help individuals who own businesses, real estate, saving for retirement, find them advanced strategies so that they are saving money and not own a lot to the government at the end of the year. What I do is also work with them in terms of identifying advanced strategies, more so implementing them, helping them throughout the year. Your typical tax preparer, you're meeting them once a year, you're filing their taxes. Working with me, I'm meeting them throughout the year, sometimes quarterly, looking at their business and helping them implement strategies. And what that does is gives them a personal touch. So any tax plans that I implement and work with them on and create, we're working through them, making sure that they are meeting their expectations, their goals, and if anything changes, we go back in and update that to make sure that they are meeting their goals and are being successful with their business throughout the year. One thing that I decided to do was leave my corporate job back in 2023. And just thinking about what that entails, I needed to make sure that I branded myself from a CPA, because a lot of people, they work with just tax preparers. And with the CPA, you have the knowledge, you have the background, you've passed the CPA exam. And what that does is make sure that you're an expert in your field. Just thinking through things off the bat, I wanted to make sure that my website presented myself. A lot of people, when they work with you, that's the first thing they go to, is your website, your social media. So I wanted to make sure that I had the best appearance and I could be, just based off of what they saw, can they trust this person? And identified Dante, and when working with him, I met him at a networking event. He was there speaking about his business and what he does to a lot of the participants there, and he just came off as very knowledgeable. I went up to him, told him, I'm planning to leave my corporate job in the next couple of months. I'll be moving my business full-time, doing tax planning, tax prep, and I want to rebrand and create a more presence with my clients and things like that. Just that initial interaction with him, he's very knowledgeable. When I told him the business that I was in, he steered me in the right way in terms of identifying what market I need to advertise to and what their perception of me would be. So just working with him, he gives you a lot of knowledge up front, make sure that you are going the right path. When I've worked with other individuals in terms of photography and things like that, it's just they give you a product and that's it. But with working with Dante, he provides you with a valuable product. He gives you the background and follows through in terms of understanding why we're doing things that we're doing. So when working with Dante, he did transform my website. I had a cookie cutter website, just business layouts, stock photos, things that you would typically see within a business setting. And then what he did in terms of making it more personable is putting pictures of myself, a lot of the services that I offer, also putting pictures of my family, because when you work with clients, typically within a financial setting, a lot of their personal information. So they want to feel like they can trust you. And then just from how the website was set up, you get a direct picture of me, what I'm about, who I am, and just to know that I'm a trustworthy individual. So he put that on display in terms of upgrading my website, just making it more presentable and being able to have people go on and set up consultations and things like that for the services that I offer. So that was really number one that I wanted to make sure that I had when I moved from corporate America, and my business is my full-time. This was what I wanted to make sure that it looked presentable and people would come in, book consultations, understand what I do, and they would go ahead and book services with me. Another thing that I also worked with Dante was my business card. With today's atmosphere, more people are used to the virtual cards and things, but still having a business card definitely is essential. I have random conversations with people and they ask, I tell them what I do and I give them advice and, hey, can I have a business card? And I have an updated business card and it's a picture of me. A lot of people, you go to a lot of networking events, you collect cards, and you forget people and you forget who you met, but having the picture of yourself, if someone say, hey, I need a CPA. I met Danielle at this networking event, and she was very knowledgeable. She had a lot to say about tax strategies, things like that. You can go to your little stash of business cards and pull it out. You know who, you may not remember what I look like, but you remember the name, and that's all on the card. So definitely updating my business card was definitely some photos as well. A lot of them went to my website, so those were all great. And then also I did a little bit of content. One of the hardest things for me is being in front of the camera. I'm very introverted. I feel like I am the essential accountant, just working with Dante and helping me coach me in terms of, hey, you don't need a whole spiel about tax strategies. You can say a couple phrases or words, one thing, and that's your content right there. So really just sitting with him, understanding how content is created and how a 30-minute session can be 6 or 7 clips. So being more comfortable in front of the camera and just working through those things really got me to a space where I felt I was ready. When I left my corporate job at the end of the year in 2003, I had the essentials where my website was built up, I had the business cards, I had the content, and just getting yourself out there. I've had previous clients, but I was just doing tax prep, and I was transforming my business to do more tax planning. And those clients, you need to have that trust because they are paying for your time and for your services, and you're working with them throughout the year. So I had the best foundation with the website, the business cards, the content for someone to, if they were referred to me, those are things that they can get to, understand my business, understand who I am before they have a conversation with me and do a consultation. So definitely Dante has built the foundation. I highly recommend him. Even with my profession, that's corporate accounting, with any industry, he has the knowledge, and if he doesn't, he'll go and research it and understand, hey, this is the target market that you should be reaching out to. Here's what I can do to make sure that you're successful, and just making sure that you're not wasting your time and your money and your efforts and not steering you wrong. I definitely highly recommend anyone that's ready to move their business to the next level. He does a lot of things outside of just the website creation, the business cards, and the content. He does testimonials. That's where the value is, and you can bring customers who you work with, tell the story of who you are, what you do for them, how they love working with you, and that's put into a package where you can put it on your website or your social media, and customers will gravitate towards that because it is a Google review on a video, but it gives you so much more depth and knowledge about who you will potentially be working with. So definitely, and if there's anything else in terms of your goals and your strategies and things that you want to do, he'll definitely get you there to make sure that you achieve your goals. Clients have felt when they went to my website was that just based on front page, I'm trustworthy. I'll be, of course, reviewing their sensitive data, financial information, things like that. So with me being on the forefront of the website, they get a glimpse into who I am, and I talk through about on my website what my goals are for my business and things that I have achieved in my past. So people can relate to me as a person just based on how the updates in my website were. And I got a lot of compliments. They say, hey, Danielle, I went to your website. It's done great. And I was like, yeah, I just had it redone. I'm glad you like it. So yeah, just the positive feedback on what's presented definitely made me feel good about working with Dante. And then it's very straightforward from a customer concept, is that it puts together my services that I offer. At one point I had pricing, but I removed that, but I wanted to make sure that people were aware of the services that I offered, and then also the ease of making a consultation with me. A lot of times in our field, a lot of people don't answer the phone. You give a CPA or accountant a call, they don't answer the phone, potentially because they're busy. But with your calendar already uploaded, the times that you can actually talk to customers and let them know what services you provide. So that was really essential for me to make sure that was included on my website, because I've just had tons of leads with customers just going to my website, looking through my service lineup, and then booking a consultation.